Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2018 Beautification Advisory Commission Awards. We are here to celebrate you and all the work that you've done to your property to keep it up and keep Oak Park great. You know, I was looking back and I was wondering how long have I been doing this? So I've been the Public Works Director now for 14 years. So this is my 14th time presenting these awards. I see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people that are here every year that do such a great job, and a few new ones. But this year in particular, I did want to say that the commission only gave out 41 awards this year. And that is pretty special because it's been anywhere from probably, I'm going to say the lowest is probably 50 that I sent other than this year, up to probably 80. So what you guys are doing is very special. They were very particular in what they were looking for, and they were looking for spectacular homes with the wow factor. So congratulations to all of you and the work that you put in on your property. City Manager Eric Tungate regrets that he wasn't able to make it today. He definitely cherishes this event and the work that all of our residents do. So, you know, he wants to make sure that he acknowledges all the work that you do to beautify your homes. So I wanted to point out a few things for you that you probably recognize around the city. We're in our third year of planting sunflowers. I think that it has been a huge success. We continue to modify the program, add to it, learn new things every year. But I think that it is a bright spot in the city, and it does let you know when you've arrived in Oak Park. We plant them all over the city in different spots, and I think it is a very bright spot for us. We also have been planting the planter boxes around the city and adding a lot of flowers there. I think those turn out great. So it really has, on our end, on the public works end, we're really trying to shift to beautifying and maintaining our property so that we can encourage others to do the same. We want to make Oak Park a great place to live, work, and visit. We have, I don't know if you guys noticed the new signs out there this year. This year the commission wanted a little more input on the signs, so that they did vote on the signs, and they selected the signs this year. I think that they turned out great, and they're very attractive signs that we want everyone to enjoy putting in their yard and be proud of. With that, I would like to introduce the Beautification Commission members. These are the members who work very hard to both rate the homes, and they go out on buses, and they select the homes, drive every street in the city, and they also work the flower sale and other events where they just encourage people to maintain their property and keep it up. With that, we have our chairperson, Lonnie Tabb-Upshaw, the vice chair, Danielle Fracassa, Retha Richmond, Joyce Schulman, Maddie Boykin, Angela Mitchell, Karen Davis-Harris, Adela Bailey, Deborah Williamson, Brenda Mosley, and Cynthia Gwynn. One thing I would like to mention about our board members is we, the city manager and the mayor and the rest of the city council, wanted to recognize our boards and commission members that have served at least 35 years. We happen to be fortunate to have 2 of those members on the Beautification Commission. So I'd like to say Retha Richmond and Joyce Schulman, congratulations to both of you. We have plaques in front of the community center that recognize the four total members that did achieve this 35 years. So congratulations to both of you, and thank you for your service. I would like to thank a few people who make this event possible. In particular, Tiffany Brown. She welcomed you when you came in. She puts together the programs with Benny White. And she really ties the whole event together. So without her, it just wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much to Tiffany. Ray Krajewski's been out and helping us with the event too from the Public Works Department. He's been instrumental. We have, again, I mentioned Benny White, takes the photos, puts together the slideshow that you'll be seeing. So he's been a a great part of that. Colton Dale has been taking photos and helping out a lot. Kim Maroney. So there's a lot of people that really put this event together. Yes. We have our mayor here today. She's going to be giving out the awards. Other council members could not be present. I know that for sure our liaison, Carolyn Burns, for the Beautification Commission has been ill. She struggled through the council meeting last night, but if you happen to watch that, it was a struggle. So I know she wanted to be here. I know she loves this event. The speaker this evening is Beverly Smith. Beverly is here. She has an amazing list of accomplishments. I'm only going to highlight a few or I'd be here all night, but she was born and raised in Lake Charles, Louisiana, attended Southern University in Baton Rouge, and moved her family to Detroit in 1968. Ms. Smith, her husband and brother, opened the first African-American owned franchise of Mako Auto Body and Painting in this area in 1975. She's provided photographic services and developed fundraising programs for schools, churches, organizations, so many to name that I would be here again all night if I was going to. City of Detroit, U.S. Border Patrol, Pepsi, just to name a few. Since 2006, she's published Detroit Black Pages business newspaper, now the Detroit Smart Pages newspaper. She's received such accolades as being recognized as WIN's Most Influential African-American Woman in Metro Detroit in 2002, honored by Magic Radio as Women Making Magic in 2005, recognized as Who's Who in Black Detroit from 2007 to 2010, received 2 Detroit City Council testimonial resolutions in 2007 and 2012, the Spirit of Detroit Award in 1993, recipient of the Michigan Chronicles 2012 Women in Excellence Award. I could go on. It's amazing. So, but what she's here to talk about tonight is the efforts that she's put in to beautify the city of Detroit. It's amazing. I think her story is amazing. I'm really looking forward to hearing about all the things that she has done, and I think we should be inspired by all the work that she has accomplished. So with that, I would like to introduce Beverly Smith.
Can't do anything without the glasses. I want to thank Kevin for that wonderful introduction. I had to kind of look around and see who was he talking about. I also want to thank Lonnie for calling me and inviting me to speak today, the commission for all the work that they do, the mayor for helping to sponsor this wonderful event, but most importantly, the award winners, honorees. I love award shows, so this is right down my alley. I'm trying not to keep you too long, but I want to start off with a little bit of history from the past, and then I want to kind of bring it to the present, and then I want to kind of talk about the future. So before I get to the presentation of what Keep Detroit Beautiful is doing today, I want to give you a little background as to how all of our beautification organizations were founded and how all of them are intermingled together. As many of you may know, Keep Detroit Beautiful was founded in 1956 by Leland Gladys Smith. Keep America Beautiful was founded 3 years earlier in 1953. And in 1958, block clubs were first introduced to the city of Detroit by Hugh Blanding, one of KDB board members. Gladys Smith was known as Keep Michigan Beautiful's first lady and historian, which was founded in 1962. Did you know that in 1963, Detroit won first place in the Cleanest Town contest? First place. In that same year, 1963, several attendees from Michigan attended a Keep America Beautiful conference in Washington, D.C., and while they were there, they talked about how they can bring some of that information back into their own communities. That conversation led to John Parkhurst of Dearborn suggesting that the possibility of organizing where cities in Michigan could exchange information and programs. After returning home from the conference, Keep Detroit Beautiful hosted a few meetings, and in November of that same year, 1963, 12 communities, including the city of Windsor, formed the Beautification Council of Southeastern Michigan, and all you know it as BCSEM, and it became an official organization. And here we are in 2018. some 62 years later. Even though there were many years when Keep Detroit Beautiful was no longer in existence, in 2001, the late council member Kate Everett decided to bring that organization back as a city council task force. It was never a city department like yours is today. In that same year, 2001, was also the year that Detroit celebrated its 300th birthday. That was when I joined the KDB task force and became the chairperson of the Beautification Committee. That was when I suggested that we should recognize all the block clubs and all the organizations that have been doing work for years and never get that recognition. So the first thing we did was to organize a luncheon. And as you are receiving awards today, we awarded those block clubs and recognized them for the work that they were doing. Then in 2005, I said we need to do a little bit more. So I suggested that the task force provide flowers to the block clubs to plant. Because you know, every year in May, even with Michigan Cleanup Days and the Great American Cleanup, after you clean up, it's time to beautify. So a little flowers would go a long way for the people that do all the hard work. So that was when we started Keep Detroit Beautiful Day. And ever since then, for 13 years, we have awarded flowers to block clubs all over the city. In 2013, Keep America Beautiful wanted more input from Michigan cities to join Keep America Beautiful. So at that time, we joined Keep America Beautiful in 2013, and we became an affiliate. At that point, Keep Detroit Beautiful was no longer a city council task force. It was a separate entity, and then we had to have a program director. That was Angela Ireland, who works for GIDRA, which is the city's waste disposal department. Now that brings me to our presentation. How many of you remember the KDB teens? Anybody? Well, in 1966, Betty Dawood, for 25 years, the Keep Detroit Beautiful Teens program won many awards, and over 25 years, they were inducted into the Keep America Beautiful Hall of Fame. Now, the first thing that you see on the screen are the board members of Keep Detroit Beautiful now. As you see, we're a small group now. Angela Ireland is our program director. Council President Brenda Jones took over the task force when she became a council member, and she still is very active in it today. Next, I just want to tell you some of the things that we do. In Keep Detroit Beautiful, we have a three-phase initiative. We do projects in April for Earth Day. We do Keep Detroit Beautiful Great American Cleanup, and also we do Detroit Beautification Day. The next thing you see are pictures of all the organizations coming in to register. And then you see on the bottom picture, you see we get up at 6:30 in the morning when the truck brings in flowers, and we have to unload those flowers and arrange them, as you see on the picture to my right, that they are arranged, and we have time slots where people come in to pick up their flowers. Most times we try to give at least 5 to 6 flats to each organization. We started off with about only 35 organizations way back in 2005, and to date we're up to 300 organizations. So the next slide you see where, as a member of Keep America Beautiful, we have access to money and programs that allow us to give grants. So through our organization, community organizations can register and apply for these grants, and that's where you see that we are awarding those organizations with a $10,000 grant as well as a $20,000 grant. And here you see pictures. After we give the flowers out, we want people to actually go out and plant them. So so the whole purpose of us giving the flowers actually was to have a synchronized planting all over the city. That was my original plan. But as we know, everybody can't plant on that particular day, but many of them do, and this is some of their efforts and some of their work. We have schools, we have churches, no individual homes, only organizations and block clubs. And you see everybody's involved. You have children picking up and cleaning up, and so that's done. And so here you see where all the flowers are nicely in rows, and we have really, it's like an assembly line. We have all the cars line up, and people come in at 15-minute intervals. We have about 20 or 30 in that 15-minute time, and we move them in, and they pick their flowers, and we help them, and we have kids sometimes come and help them put them in their cars, and it goes very smoothly. You see it's a large variety of flowers and plants, and most times we get fruit and vegetables as well. So we go into the next one. Where's Benny? It stopped on me. Okay, great. Okay. So here you just see willing people picking their flowers up, and you see they're nice. So they kind of walk in between and pick out the flowers that they want. And there you can see it's just a beautiful array of flowers. And here at the bottom right, you see where the cars are lined up as they drive through, and it works very, very well. And these are some of the after pictures of people that plant the flowers, Stoffel Community Gardens. You see Gladstoneberry. This is the work after we've given the flowers, what they've done with it. And we have them take the pictures and send them back to us, so they're on our website. And as you are going to receive your awards today, they receive their awards as well. Now, these are some more pictures of people of the work that they've done. Now, this picture here is very important to me because you see children being involved, and this is really what we have to do to continue what you guys are doing to add the children. Now, this is where we did something with Keep America Beautiful, and we partnered with other organizations as well. And this was a coffee grounds day with McDonald's. And coffee grounds are good for, and many of you may know this, are good for the nutrition and fertilizer for flowers as well. This is another event that we do, and we try to do something all year long. So this was a harvest event where you see vegetables and things, and the people from the community come in and get those vegetables. So that's what we do with Keep Detroit Beautiful. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about what we can do today. So I have a couple of questions. When I asked the question about KDB teens, I would like to know, where are the teens? Where are the children? What are we doing for the next generation? Are we really engaging the community? Are there school programs to educate our youth on becoming more involved in our beautification efforts? I'm sure the winners today didn't need that motivation. Why? Because you know the meaning of seeing a clean and beautiful community. But we need to reach out to the young people to continue what you are doing today. You know that statistics show that what a child sees and hears in their formative years, whether it's in their community or in their home or in their church, that shapes their character, their thoughts, and their overall well-being as a productive citizen in society. So let's dispel the broken windows theory that seeing broken windows in a building causes crime and devastation in neighborhoods and communities. It's our job to motivate our youth on becoming more engaged and involved in cleanup and beautification efforts. We must educate to motivate. We must motivate to educate. They go hand in hand. And in closing, I'd like to leave you with 4 suggestions. Create a youth beautiful program. Bring that program to the schools and partner with the school district for implementation. Revisit the past and recycle those ideas and programs to create a path for the future. And always document your history. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Beverly, for and all that you do for your beautification in the city of Detroit. It looks like you do a wonderful job. Well, with that, for the moment that you've all been waiting for, is to receive your awards. So I'd like to welcome up our mayor, Marian McClellan, and she will... She'll talk to you a little bit about what we have going on, and we'll pass out the awards.
Thank you. Congratulations. Each one of you sitting here knows full well how much persistence and hard work and sweat equity goes into making a beautiful garden. It's not just having a good idea one day in the spring. It's getting out there and weeding when it's 96.5 out and keeping it up. So bravo to you. It's a labor of love, and we're honored that you are Oak Park residents. Beautification is wonderful for your home. It significantly raises the value of your home. It's great for your neighbors too, because even though they're not working hard as you are, their value goes up because they're next to you. They should be very pleased with you. Curb appeal is a real estate term, and it's the look that you get as you drive by the home. And it is critical to have the home look wonderful for somebody to want to come in and buy your house when that time comes. Also, good gardening is catchy. You notice if you have something wonderful going on in your yard, maybe your next door neighbor or the person across the street's watching and maybe get motivated to do a little something, and you might share a couple flowers, and your enthusiasm spreads. So pride is catchy. As Assistant City Manager Kevin Yee mentioned, the City of Oak Park highly values beautification for your property and for our property, the one that we own together. You probably have noticed how nice everything looks. And a longtime resident told me that Oak Park has never looked this good. So a little hand for Assistant City Manager Kevin Yee and his staff. As he mentioned, there's 45 gardens of sunflowers, pots overflowing with flowers, trees mulched and trimmed, and my own personal favorite, the suckers at the bottom of the tree cut. I don't think somebody drives down Oak Park Boulevard and says, oh, the suckers are cut and it's mulched. But there is a feeling you get that somebody cares and there's pride of place. And I'm delighted with how the fewer number of workers than we've had 20 years ago is managing to do such an extraordinary job today. You might not have heard, but I am a member of the Oak Park Corridor Improvement Authority Board of Directors. And that doesn't tax businesses on 9 Mile and Coolidge and 11 Mile. They don't get taxed extra, but a piece of their tax money goes into a little pot, and that money is spent beautifying and improving those retail corridors. And one of the things that we've done is to put like Christmas decorations in those pots in the winter, so they're not just empty cement containers, and so it looks nice all year long. This year we're looking at those flags that are attached to street poles and hang down, and we're looking at some different ideas for them. A couple of the ideas had photos of sunflowers, because sunflowers symbolize not only growth, but hope. And that's what we're all about in Oak Park. And so speaking as the mayor and on behalf of the Oak Park City Council, the directors and the staff, and all the residents, I want to congratulate and honor you on your achievement today. Can you give yourselves a big hand? Bravo. So it's an old tradition in these events to ask, is anyone been recognized here for the first time? Is there any first-timers? Bravo. Wow. Can you stand? Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. That's amazing. Anyone here 2 years in a row? 3? Give them a hand. Thank you. 4 or 5? Holy cow. Between 6 and 10. 11 to 15? Seriously. 16 to 20? Thank you. Wow, Barbara. Barbara and I exercised today together. She doesn't recognize me dressed up. Any more than 20? Holy. That's a lot of work. This lady here said I'm her 3rd mayor. She's been working on her garden for a long time. And that one too? 4th mayor. Dear me. All right. The tradition continues. So Director Kevin Yee will hand me the awards. You'll come up and get it. We'll congratulate you. We'll have a photo op. And then you can go back and sit down. Bill and Ann Amos. Say it again. Amis. Bill and Ann Amis. Jerry and Joyce Bone. Mumford Mustang. All right, a Mumford Mustang. Class of Mumbledy. Yes. Thank you. Barbara Butler. Nace and Marian Hicks. Edward and Nichelle Howard. Johnette and Milton Kendrick. She did most of the work. Just say it. Go blue. Gay Kilgore, so sorry. Next beautification member. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Richard and Lily Leverett. From the health department?
Yes.
She gave me a shot today. She didn't say anything about that. Congratulations. Leon and Mary Mitchell. She celebrated her birthday, 39. Our Mother of Perpetual Help Parish. Edward and Katie Posey. Douglas and Mamie Robertson. Patricia Simpson. Revoidia Slide. Mark and Narcy Strong. What's the last one? Last one. Taylor. Dwight and Adelina Thomas. Last but not least, Freddie Williams, Jr.
Thank you very much. And now I'm going to ask Lonnie Tabb-Upshaw, the chairperson for the Beautification Commission, to come up and give some closing remarks.
Good evening, everybody. We're so glad that you guys won. We get so excited every year when we go out and tour the city and we see such beautiful homes and all the hard work that you guys have put into it. And it's not an easy task for us because it takes a lot to make decisions, you know, because we see so many homes, all the homes in the city of Oak Park. And so on behalf of the Beautification Commission, we like to congratulate you. We also like to tell you to continue to do the great work that you're doing and tell your neighbors and your friends that we're coming back out next year, so get everything ready for us. So some of the things that we've been doing, you know, we have our flower sale every year, and you guys come out and you participate. And we just started doing a flower exchange. So that's going to be the second week in April. So we look forward to seeing you come out, bring some of your flowers, your bulbs, or plants out so that you can exchange with some of the residents. And it should be a lot of fun. So you should be seeing something in the paper, flyers or something, to let you know when that's going to happen. And I'd like to thank our commissioners for working with me and doing such a wonderful job. And I look forward to seeing us get together next year to do the same thing. I'd like to thank Beverly for coming out, speaking for us, and we have a token of appreciation for you. I'd like to thank Kevin for all the hard work that you do as our liaison, Tiffany and Ray and the mayor and all the city council members, and Benny and his team that comes out and they help us. We thank you for it. So now we're going to ask you to look at your program to see if you have a dot on the back of your program. A green dot. You got it? That's it. Okay. It should be somebody else. Okay, so we have something for you. It's a little... You gotta, it should be on the back of your program. It should be a little green sticker. We have one person over here. Now, does somebody else have a green sticker on the back? Look close, it's a little round circle. You got it? You got it? Okay. Did you have it? Did he have it? Yeah. Okay, so these flowers are for you guys. So you can. That's a token of our appreciation for attending this evening. So we'd like to say that this concludes our program. You can get some more food if you like, and we look forward to seeing you next year.